All right, hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Experience Mental Health, the podcast. I am your host, Eric the Counselor.
And I am your co-host, Dez Perry. What's happening, Eric?
Man, it's a lot happening. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
We got a great show today, and I need to figure out why you feeling so low and lethargic today. But anyway,
why I'm feeling low? Well, I just, this past week. Let's just talk about this past week. It's been a busy one, you know what I'm saying? Just out here, back out in these COVID streets of Nashville, just, doing different things for different people around the city. And I'm just tired.
You tired?
I'm tired. I'm tired, boss.
Let's have a great show. Hey everybody, I'm Eric the Counselor.
And I'm Dez Perry.
This is a lifestyle show
about improving your mental health.
You ready?
Let's experience mental health.
So listen, today, folks, we got a great show. We are going to be talking about what to do or how to navigate when outside opens back up.
Yes.
And the reason we're going to have this conversation is because I know people are anxious about it. Going back to work, you hadn't been at work in a year, or you're going back to school, or you're trying to figure out what to do with that. And so, I mean, I'm hearing people talk about it online. My clients are coming to me talking about this, Des. And so we're going to talk about it with you guys. But before we get into that, we want to thank everybody for coming back to our channel, subscribing to our channel. The numbers are going up. So let's keep them going up.
Yes, sir.
If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any of the content that we have, because we're constantly putting out content. In fact, we have a great live event coming up at the end of the month. We got some heavy hitters, and I think you guys are going to enjoy that. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, like it, and share it, and also get those notifications set up. If you're listening to us,
everybody share it with everybody.
And wherever you listen to this show, we want you to like it, send us a comment, something, engage with us, because we're doing this for you guys, and we appreciate you guys.
Most definitely.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
Tell them about the gun line. Well, look, right.
What gun line? What are we talking about?
Look, really, one thing I also wanted to point out is giving a big shout out to Great Convo Media for sure. You know what I'm saying, for having us on their platform. So another little plug, make sure that you go check them out at greatconvomedia.com or just greatconvo.com. I believe that's what it is. But you can check out our podcast as well as many other podcasts on their platform, and that's where the chatter matters. And you know what I'm saying? You can go over and get your podcast game up. Yeah.
So let's talk about going back outside. Have you what has it been like for you, Des? Are you like, well, you've been out, you ain't really never stopped going out?
Well, I mean, hold up now. I'm gonna just say I've been out here like that now. Man. You know what I'm saying? So no, I honestly I have been out a lot more lately. And I don't know if it's just, excuse me, I don't know if it's just the fact that, people are now getting vaccinated, or, the numbers of cases and stuff are going down. Or
are they?
Well, I mean, they're going down, but I heard they going back up too.
Right. Yeah.
I heard they went down, but I heard they going back up. But I have been had plenty of opportunities to get back out and get back and do some work in my own field. And so, I mean, I think that it's pretty good to have the opportunity, but even when I'm out there, I'm still practicing being safe and being careful, regardless of vaccine or not. That mask is going to be on.
Right. I was going to ask you that. Are you wearing a mask everywhere still?
Oh, for sure.
Like I walked into a Starbucks. I've walked into two places with no mask on. And I don't know what happened. I don't know how I ended up all the way in the store twice with no mask on. Both times someone handed me a mask. Like, could you put this mask on, please, sir? I'm like, sure. I'm touching my face like I don't already have on a mask. I thought that was part of my outfit today.
Right.
It wasn't. And so, yeah, man, a lot of people, like, see, for you, you don't have to. You're not worried about going back into an office because you work for yourself. Your office is right there at the house, right?
Right.
So you're not one of those people who has been off of work for a whole year or however long you've been off of work, and now you can feel that, all right, I'm gonna have to go back to work soon.
Yep.
I want to talk to those people for just a few minutes, and then we get to talk to young people who are going back to college, going back to school, or even their parents. If you're a parent who's trying to navigate that journey, we're going to talk to you guys today. But for those who are going back to work, you got to go back to that office, right? You got to go back and be in the building and be around people, and you've been at home for a while. That's going to be anxiety raising for you, more than likely. You know, you're going to be a little anxious about that, and that's to be expected. That doesn't mean anything is wrong or you're going to have a panic attack. Well, you might actually have a panic attack, but I want to talk to you about some tips that you can do to kind of lessen the chance of you getting sick or getting anybody else sick. Number one, like Dez was saying, keep the mask on, no matter what. You know, if you're going to be in a place where you have to share the air with other people, meaning you're breathing the same air as other people, wear a mask. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's okay. You can wear a mask. You might want to wear 2 masks. That's one thing you can do.
And my biggest thing, I was going to say real quick, Eric, my biggest thing with the mask is, you know, you just keep thinking about like, when is this mask phase going to end? You know what I'm saying? When are we going to get to that place? Because like I said, now we're starting to see, you know, cities open wide open up. You know what I'm saying? They're opening up wide open. And,
wide TF open.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, it seems safe because people are getting back out there, but you know, you still want to protect yourself by wearing that mask. But when is it going to be okay? All right, now I can start going back out here in the world mask free. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's
gonna be a personal
thing. You just
thing.
you gotta think about, you know, when are you gonna get comfortable just being able to do that again? Because it's like, I don't know, that mask been a part of our lives, whether you liked it or not, for the past, you know, year.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying? And so people, you know,
continue to be this. I think people are going to keep wearing masks.
Yeah, like ongoing for the rest of life. So you saying 5 years from now, you think that people are still going to be wearing masks?
No, I don't think it'll be that long. I think people are probably going to be wearing masks. You can expect it for at least another year.
Another year.
Yeah,
before everybody's more comfortable.
Yeah, people getting vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? The pandemic it's not going to last forever, right? I think the life of a pandemic, and I'm not a doctor or scientist or none of that, but I did sleep at a Holiday Inn last night, so I know that. I didn't sleep at a Holiday Inn last night. But I know that,
okay.
You know, it's like, you don't know nothing about that. You know, the guy that says, I'm not a doctor, but I did sleep at a Holiday Inn. I'm like, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Never mind.
Don't worry about it. Somebody got that though. I know somebody
laughed at it. Somebody laughed at it.
I got it. Okay, cool. But you see, you're a little fella, so you don't know.
Okay, blame it on my little fellaness.
So what am I even talking about here? No, the thing I'm going to say is that pandemics last about 18 months. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've heard, I think, from Dr. Fauci and all these people who talk about, who know what they're talking about. But the thing is, you know, you talking about the mask, and I'm encouraging people to keep wearing your mask if you have to go back to work. It's going to take more than just wearing the mask. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take separate. Try not to get in crowds at the job. Like, you might want to, instead of having a meeting like face to face with a group of people, maybe y'all can do like a call or an inter-office call. Yeah. You know, I don't know.
But we're not even just talking about like work though. We talking about like other things like concerts. There's concerts going on, right? Look, there's a comedy show going on in Bridgestone at the end of this month.
But see, the thing is,
that thing about sold out.
Yeah, so when I looked at it when I first heard about it, I tried to get tickets and it was about sold out. And I was looking at the seat. All the seats were like in the nosebleeds. Yeah. And I'm thinking, hold up. Are these just what they're doing as far as keeping this space? I'm thinking they're doing it for space. But I'm like, that's way up at the top. Like, that's way at the top.
Yeah, it's a lot at the bottom.
I don't know if it was a space thing or not, but you're right. You know, going to a concert
in this time again. I mean, you sitting in there with a mask on, but then I mean, even then, I'm pretty sure the concession stand gonna be open. Folks gonna be like, "Ooh, I want something to eat. I want something to drink." That mask gonna come off. They gonna be in there eating, taking in air and stuff with everybody up in there. And then, like I said, you think about the artist that's gonna be up there on stage. They ain't gonna have a mask on.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
And you know, it only takes one person that can affect damn near everybody in that arena. Have you ever seen how the virus spreads? Like seeing it like a illustration or a visualization of how droplets spread. Oh my
I
God.
think I saw when, you know, back when they was showing it, like when it first started. Yeah, I did see how that. Matter of fact, we just watched a documentary. I'm trying to remember what it was on. I believe it, I don't know, it may have been on Netflix, but it was called The Last Cruise.
Oh, I saw that's on HBO Max.
The HBO Max, yeah, The Last Cruise.
Watch that. Yeah.
Hey, so we watched that and then just talked about that cruise, and I believe they were in Japan or somewhere like that. And you know, they was on this cruise ship when the world shut down. They're on it.
Right.
And so, you know, they had to shut everything down. Like they couldn't leave. The captain came on there and told everybody they had to go to their rooms. And you know, the servers on the boat, like they are the ones like have to like physically bring 3 meals a day to these people while they are kept in.
Oh, they were still doing all that. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good watch. It's a good watch.
Another good one. Watch on HBO Max also The Day Sports Stopped.
Oh, I seen the preview to that, and I haven't watched it yet.
So I had it. So I was gonna watch the one you watched or the one about sports. So I chose the sports one. So now I'm gonna go back and watch The Last Cruise or whatever it's called. So yeah, man, like being in, I'm not even comfortable in restaurants right now.
Yeah.
Not even to just go sit and eat in a restaurant.
When the last time you been to a restaurant and ate?
Man, I'm not even on. So maybe like a month ago, Ron and I, we were at, he was picking up some food. He was going to try to order some food from Hooters and take it out. But we ended up having to stay in the restaurant. So I stayed in there with him, drank a beer. And that was like a month ago. But that was the first time since March. But other than that, I haven't been and sat down in a restaurant. Well, since March of 2020. I did this maybe like February sometime. No, maybe like January. January was the last time. I'm not really feeling that. You're right. And so, you know, I want to go back to the vaccines. Like people all around the world are getting vaccinated, and that's cool, right? Some people are, some people aren't. I haven't been vaccinated yet. I keep going back and forth.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna get it.
I don't know, man. And the point I'm making about vaccines is that I was listening to Sirius XM radio, and LL Cool J was interviewing Dr. Fauci and another doctor, Sonia. I can't remember her whole name. But the question was asked, like, how long does this vaccine last? And so Dr. Fauci was like, well, we know that, you know, the clinical trial, this is a vaccine trial. The clinical trial, they know that the vaccine lasts at least 6 months. 6 months.
So that means what? So after 6 months, you're gonna have to go get another one, another 2 shots, or
that's the question, right? You see what I'm saying? That's the question that automatically comes. Is like, how long am I gonna have to keep getting this vaccine? But it's so new that they don't know. And then there's different variants that are of the virus that are coming out. But the thing that I want to add to, once outside opens up again, let's build up our immune system. That is so out of the conversation. It's all about vaccines but that's the way medicine goes in this country. They're not interested in healing anybody. And I'm not trying to bash, I'm not using the COVID-19 to bash doctors, but this is just the way that it is in this country. They don't you go to the doctor, they give you drugs, then you get hooked to drugs. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not about healing. It's about, look, what can I give you?
Right. And people are so accustomed to looking for something for the doctor to give them, and they ain't even thinking of other, holistic options, you know what I'm saying, that they can use to take care of themselves, you know, without medicine. And I'm trying to get to that point because, I mean, look, not to put my family members' business all out there, but a lot of them take several different prescriptions daily. Yeah. Like 10 plus daily. And I'm like, what? You know, and you know what I'm saying? And to them, and then when I talk to them about like, well, ain't there some stuff you could do? Like as far as like changing your diet, you know what I'm saying? Exercise, like doing some stuff that where you don't have to. I mean, you may have to take a couple of pills, but all these pills, you need all of these
every day.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like they accept it. It's like, well, that's what it is. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah. You know, and they kind of they low key kind of putting it on me. You know what I'm saying? That's that's our family. You know, that's genetics. And I'm like, nah, I don't think, you know, I think the bad food choices and the lack of exercise, I mean, does play a part. But I don't want to, fall in that line of having to take 10 plus medications a day and accept it and be like, it's okay. Yeah, that's just what happens when you get old. No, I don't want to be that person.
Well, I hope you won't be that person. But if you do decide to take the vaccine, and let's go ahead and add that to the list of things that you need to take, because I do think it's an important part of outside opening back up. People need to get vaccinated.
And me and my wife was just talking about the vaccine, and I think we decided to go to get an appointment to go ahead and get one done. We haven't yet, but our biggest reason was because we just didn't want them to put any restrictions on traveling. And then all of a sudden it's like, to be able to travel is to certain places, you need to be vaccinated. And I don't want to, be in that situation where it's like, well, dang, we can't go because we ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we was like,
and that's something we got to think about. That's something a lot of people have to think about. Like my wife and I are planning a trip, for our anniversary, and all the places that we looked, none of them require. Well, we have a travel agent working with us now, and we're going to Mexico, and the place, they're not really requiring it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But who knows what'll happen come September,
Exactly.
And think about it. What if you travel at your job? What if that's a part of your job is traveling, and you decide, hey, I'm not getting the vaccine? I don't know. That's a thing that outside's opening back up. So we all have to figure out what's the new normal. And so another tip is you might not need to go back to what you were already doing. You don't have to go back to, people say, let's get back to normal or get back to the way things were.
Yeah.
Well, it's a new day. It's a whole year later. Why would you want to go back to the way things were?
Exactly.
Maybe your job might actually let you stay home. Your job might actually let you stay virtual. I work with corporations. When I'm speaking, and they say it a lot. And I talk to people in these positions that are in position to make these decisions, and they say, hey, we're seeing that we're saving money by having these folks work at home.
Yep.
And anybody in business, it's all about the bottom line. The bottom line is the bottom line. And if you stand at home and you still being productive, why do I need to have 300
Why do I need to go to the business? And I think a lot of corporations are realizing the money that they're saving, not having to pay for a building.
Exactly. No lease.
Now I had to, not have to pay for that electricity.
Or less electricity. Everything goes down because you have less people using stuff at your place of business.
Right.
So talk to your employer about, hey, can I stay remote? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Jackie is fully remote now. I don't even think they're going back to the office.
And that's
you know what I'm saying?
Is she like, does she have to like log in or something like that and stay logged in for X amount of time, or is it just?
Then her job is a little bit more on the lax side. You know what I'm saying? It's really one of those, as long as you get your work done, type of thing. So she doesn't have to physically be there on the computer.
I got you.
But as long as like it's some stuff that gets done and she gets it done. That I feel like I feel like that's the issue with a lot of these jobs. You go in and they just give you busy work that don't even mean nothing. I ain't even got to do this, but if you're doing stuff that's going to enhance the business and push us forward, and it may not be a lot. It may be a lot one day, but then you might have a week where it's light.
So let's talk to not the chilling, but even the adults, like colleges. If you're going back to school, you've been out of school for a year, right? Last spring, abruptly colleges were shutting down. Every day a new college shut down. Every week, more kids going home. Now you're thinking about coming back to campus. What do? You have to, you're anxious about that. The thing that I would do is look at all those safety measures that are put in place on your campus. I've seen it. I actually saw a college, they're actually requiring you have a vaccination before coming back to campus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And if that happens, just imagine all colleges say that.
Yeah.
Just imagine all schools, high schools, middle schools, elementary schools.
Right.
Imagine if everybody has to have that vaccine to go to school.
Just to get back in school.
Yeah. It's no different from all the other vaccines we have to have when we go to school. Even college, you had to have certain vaccinations. Now COVID is one of those vaccinations that
right. And you know what? I honestly think that, because I like to. I know we both millennials, Eric, but I'm on the
younger
later
side.
end of it. So, I don't know. I feel like some of these kids probably are looking forward to get back to school. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a couple of universities that have students on their campus right now.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
Tennessee,
And so, and
most
I think,
campuses have some students on them.
yeah, they may not have all their students back, but they
Yeah.
they got a few students on their campus now. And I think them kids either want to be back on campus, because again, you got to think about where they are. I mean, there could
Right.
be some out there, they got their own place and they doing their thing, whatever. But if they at home again, living with their mama and living, what I'm saying, where they was, some people, I just had a conversation with a frat brother that man, I was hearing his story about just his undergrad experience, and he was just talking about how bad it was at home, where like after his freshman year, he never went back home. He took all the classes just to stay in school and not have to go back. And
in the summer and everything.
In the summer, he took the extreme spring break, did the summer classes.
Yeah.
He was an ambassador, so they got to live there over the summer. He was not trying to go home. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and I think for a lot of students, especially on the college level, you know what I'm saying, they want to be away from home and want to be out here and experience stuff on their own. So they're probably, if anything, more than happy to get back out there and get back, you know what I'm saying? But again, it's just gotta be, it's just about doing it safely and stuff.
I was doing a presentation with a church the other night on this very topic. And I started talking about, going back to school. And I shared a story that I have teenage clients that are in high school. I was thinking like you, I know you're ready to go back to school, but when it came time to go back to school, they were nervous. One of them actually decided to stay home.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. I'm like, wow. And so when I was speaking with this church, another young lady, she said she's kind of anxious about it as well. Like, I'm not really ready to go back yet. So maybe the dynamic is younger kids. I don't know. The high school kids seem to be concerned. College kids are probably, like you said, ready to go back. I can only imagine being a freshman last year. You had to leave campus.
Right.
And now you're getting ready to come back. You ready to get back. Like, oh, man, I'm ready to get back. And so that conversation you were having about your friend, like that's a whole nother thing as it relates to how COVID has a social impact. Also, it's not just about wearing a mask and not being able to go to the store, but there's other areas of life that are impacted as well. So that's it, man. We just, the bottom line is outside's opening back up.
Yep.
It's coming back. Everybody's going back out. Stores are opening up. Cities are dropping mandates. So people are going to be back out in society, but you got to do everything you can to protect yourself. Don't get lax with it. Wear the mask, keep the sanitizer on you in your car, keep something on your purse or, wherever you keep stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep that with you. And then do this, get your immune system strong. Vitamin D there's more and more research that says that vitamin D could actually be a protectant from COVID. So you can go get a vitamin D supplement. You know what I'm saying? Like 1,000 CUs. You can go get that.
Just pop that in the morning. You good to go.
Man, I got a little pill. So a really small pill. Pop it in. It's like a Tic Tac. Boom. I almost want to chew it sometimes. Not really. But I can pop it in like, how you shake it up. And
shake it up. Like Skittles.
It's a small thing, man. Like Skittles. Like build up your immune system. Like just rely on medicines all the time. Get the vaccine. If that's what you're going to do, get it. I think eventually I will, but I'm going to give it some time. And I don't even want to keep talking about the vaccine because I can talk all day about it. And I'm not talking against it. But I think people need to do what they need to do. And so if you're worried about it, deal with it, figure out the safety measures at your job or figure out all the things that you need to do to protect yourself as you begin to go back outside.
Right. Most definitely. So, because like I said, it's important. It's important because, like I said, outside is coming back. It's on the comeback. Is that you outside? The Himalayas. But you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. To be honestly, I feel like, as nerve-wracking as this could be to get back out there fully, amongst society, amongst other people, I'm low-key excited. I'm low-key excited that, we are getting back to it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because again, nobody wants to be isolated all the time, be in the house
Nah.
and
Some
not
people
have
do.
the opportunities. I mean, yeah, some people do, but most
Yeah.
people, especially like people like myself, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm a
ENTJs.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Damn, what's my personality?
ENTJ. The protagonist.
The protagonist, you know what I'm saying? I got to be around the people. I got to.
Got to.
So, you know what I'm saying? So that I am excited about and ready to get back at it. But again, I do believe that we just got to do it safely. We just got to do it in a way where if people are protected and still able to go back home and survive. So
Well, salah to that.
Yep.
So, all right, folks, we hope, first of all, we hope you enjoyed the last show we did on parenting. We talked about that and it was a good show and people were connecting with it. And we hope you enjoyed today's show as well. And a new thing we've been doing is we've been asking people to send us situations, questions that you want us to read on the air. And we're going to give out some free, it's not free counseling. It's not counseling at all. I'm not your counselor. I gotta say that. If I am your counselor in real life, that's fine. But for the most part, I'm probably not your counselor. So I can say jokingly, I'm giving you free counseling, but it's not counseling. We're just giving out some advice as it relates to people's situations. So Dez, I know we got a situation in, I think, for a 25-year-old, somebody dealing with something.
Yeah, definitely. Somebody sent this in and it reads, I haven't been diagnosed with depression, but I do think I have mild moments of depression. Until lately, I always thought this was just normal because I'm not sure when it started. And the older I get, the more I notice it and acknowledge what's happening. I'm very happy and an active young man, but there are times when I just feel completely low. Nothing triggers it, but I can feel the change in my emotions. When I feel this change, what are some things I can do to help manage it?
It's a lot, but it's a, as a counselor, I hear, you hear it all, but it's certain parts you pick up on. And the part I picked up on was there's nothing triggering it when I'm feeling that low, that depression, that depressed mood. I would challenge you to say that this person, whoever you are, or if you relate to the story, there probably is a trigger. You have to understand that a trigger can be a smell, a trigger can be a thought. A lot of times what we're thinking about is the trigger. It can be a loud noise, anything. It could be any number of things, right, Des?
Yeah.
And so what I would do, the person's asking, what do I need to do when it feels like it's out of nowhere? I would just stop, literally stop what you like. Be aware. Awareness is key. Be aware that you are feeling this, right? And stop what you're doing and focus in on what you're thinking about.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about? What are your thoughts? What are you actually doing? Maybe you're doing something that might be triggering for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What are you hearing? You have to really be aware in the moment of what is actually triggering it, because more than likely there is a trigger, whether you are aware of it or not.
That's really what it is. Yeah.
Is what exactly it is. You know what I'm saying? And so, I hear people say that a lot. Out of nowhere, I'm feeling a panic attack. Well, what were you doing? Well, I was thinking about all this work I had to do. My kids was in the other room screaming. My phone was ringing, and I had a panic attack. You just gave me
So what would you say is the next step? So once you take that time and you slow down and you realize what the triggers are, what's that next step in, after you done identified, okay, maybe it's these thoughts I'm having, or this, maybe it's the action that I'm doing. Like, what do you do after that?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds so simplistic, but it's almost like a joke in the counseling field. You just stop it.
Like literally. You just don't do or have those thoughts or do whatever it is. Okay.
Yeah. So if it's, let's say you're thinking about, so depression is like when we're having thoughts of things that generally happened already, something that has already happened.
Yeah.
Anxiety is worry about what might happen or what we think might happen. But either way, it's thoughts. So if I start to think about my sister who passed away, and I get sad, or I fall into a depressed mood, I need to stop thinking about that or change the thoughts that I'm having. And so if let's just play it all the way out. I'm doing this show. I started thinking about my sister. I'm still doing the show, but I'm feeling that I'm sad.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's like I'm feeling sad out of nowhere. No, it's not because I'm talking about my sister. Maybe I should change the subject, right? Instead of talking about my sister, let me talk about something else. You know, so I'm stopping that train of thought. That's how you break the cycle of depression. It's not the only way. I don't want to make it sound so simplistic, but you know, in cognitive behavioral therapy, which is used to treat depression, it may not always work for everybody, but thoughts trigger emotions. Emotions dictate behavior. So how you think determines how you feel determines what you do. And so if you can change what you're thinking about, you can probably overcome that depressed mood, and just do other things like remind yourself of the things that you're grateful for. Think about that in the moment.
Oh yeah.
If you're feeling sad or low, think about the things you're grateful for. If you're feeling like helpless, go help another person. Like if you're feeling helpless, go help somebody else. That'll actually help you, eliminate your own helplessness or that feeling of helplessness. But my advice would be, which is a good question, Dez, what do you do once you become aware of it? Well, you change it. You do something different, and I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Nah, that's good. I think that's good advice, and it's very simple to do. And counseling. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Just that little thought, because sometimes people just don't know what to do at all, and so you're trying to figure out what to do, and something as that simple as to stop it, or just don't think of it, or change your mindset. And I like how you even mentioned that, because I just have a better understanding of that, your mind, how powerful our minds are, and how really that whole saying that we grew up hearing, you can do whatever you put your mind to, you know what I'm saying? Like you hear that all the time, but I don't think people really believe that. And sometimes, and really all it takes is like that thought and really believing in it, and you can change it. You can push yourself to do whatever, get out of that depressed mood. And so, tapping into that mind is
willpower
big.
Also. Your mind is very like the brain is like the brain is the most powerful thing on this planet, a human brain, right? We'll just leave it at that. But if your brain is messed up, everything else is going to be messed up too.
Yep. And you got a lot of it. Look how big your forehead is. It's
I know.
Crazy.
I got this hair. I know people like, what's up with his hair, man?
Oh my gosh. I wasn't even going to point it out.
I'm going to point it out because people probably looking at like, what's up with his hair? So, when you have locks, right? And you start getting your edge up, your line up, it cuts your hair. Like it's cutting the hair away. So I used to have locks right here. Sadly, I'm like, what happened to them? Like, where they at? Right. And so what I'm doing is growing it. I'm going to
bring them back in.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through the long process. It's going to be like magic. Like one day I'm going to just have long locks right here. So y'all just watch and see.
You going to go get some weave. Okay. All right. Say less.
Take my own hair and reattach it to the front. You feel me? Can't be
Got you.
Hey man, I know you got a birthday coming up soon, and by the time we have our next show, we're gonna have already met.
It's already gonna pass.
A birthday shout out. Everybody, let's sing happy birthday to Dez. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
And okay, all right. I hope you enjoyed that.
Yes. So how'd you turn it? 29?
Bro, big 29. You hear me? Big energy. You know what I'm saying? Big grown. First of all, I told somebody last night that
what'd you tell them?
Yeah, I'm about to turn 29. They was like, oh, you're a baby.
Yeah.
Ma'am, how old are you?
You called a baby at 30.
Like, when do you get out of that age of being a baby?
Never.
Because I
think the age, I think it's 40. No, it really depends on who you're talking to.
Really? Because honestly, I was like, bro. Exactly right. Because let's turn this around. Let's talk about how old you are, ma'am. Because that's what I really wanted to do. No, you want to talk about me being a baby? What?
Age is a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah,
aging is beautiful.
For sure.
You don't get older, you get better.
We're
gonna leave it at that. That's gonna be our final word for today. You don't get older.
Come on now, you get better. Come on, like fine wine.
Yes. Listen, we hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. We talked about, when outside is back open and the things you need to do to protect yourself. Whatever you have heard here today, maybe some of it will be useful to you. But whatever you do, make sure that you are protecting yourself, because when you protect yourself, you're protecting all of us. All right. That's going to be our time for today. We always appreciate all of our subscribers, all of our listeners, iHeartRadio, the Apple Podcast, the Apple. I can't, every time I try to say Apple.
It's just Apple Podcasts.
I should just say Apple Podcasts.
Is it
all
that
of our
hard?
listeners on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Facebook. We love y'all.
Great Convo, wherever you getting your podcast.
Great Convo. I don't say wherever you can get podcasts, because we're not on every place you can get a podcast. Are we?
Okay. All right.
I don't know. It don't fit right to me, because I don't know
let them figure it out. That's see the fact that we're having this is real. This is
they ain't on here.
This is us being transparent right here, because like I said, this is the conversation they ain't got to hear. I just say it because let them figure it out. Look, wherever you get it at, go get it, because you got options. I'm pretty sure if you got one place, you can go to another place and find us. We done gave you plenty of options. Look, you can't find us on. Yeah, it's findable. Google it. We gonna pop up.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, be sure to send us your questions and the situations you'd like for us to share on air. If you're on Instagram, our handle is at EMH Now. It's always, you can see it right there. And you can find us on Facebook. You can see it right there on the screen too. That's where you can send us those questions and those, situations. And we want to see them. So that's going to be our time for today. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, make sure you make it a great day. Yo, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please like, comment, and share this with all of your friends. And also be sure to subscribe and then go check out some of our past episodes. Make it a great day.